As YouTubers, most of us have made some sort of merch, whether that be hoodies, t-shirts, anything like that. Well, some YouTubers have actually made stuff like sneakers, like shoes, and they have actual brands of it. So I wanted to go ahead and buy every single YouTuber's merch or shoe brand and give you guys an honest and real review as somebody who has owned probably over millions of dollars of sneakers and like every possible brand you can imagine, and give my true and honest insight on these items. Now, we have brands from the likes of MKBHD's and his Adams collab. We have Calix and NoTwoWays. We have Duncan. We have Cloak from Markiplier. We have so many good brands that I get to review today, and I'm super excited. There's gonna be ratings on all of these based on the comfort, the shipping, the price, and if we think that they're actually worth it. So let's go ahead, let's jump into it. First brand up is going to be NoTwoWays. This brand is created by Calix. Now, Calix is a huge UK YouTuber, and I've known about this brand for a while, and they've actually sent me products a lot in the past. I wanted to go ahead and purchase one for this video. What this brand is not just like a collaboration with a shoe company where they're just like putting branding on it. This is, from what I've seen over the years, Calix has grown this from nothing, where he essentially is starting from scratch and building it up to where he's coming out with colorways and shoes that are selling out all the time. And I just got a huge shout out to Calix because he cares about the shoe space and reached out to people like me early on to kind of show the shoes and review them and talk about them. So I know I have a big UK viewership and you guys love these shoes. So let's get into it. This is gonna be a shoe that's a little bit different, but let's pull these out. We're gonna talk about all aspects. They have their own custom boxes, which is a cool plus. And look at this, I mean shipping boxes. Look at the box of this. NoTwoWays right there. You got the branding, you got the gold on there. It looks freaking crazy. So this is gonna be a size 12 US, and this is the Zoysia model, one that I haven't really had before, but let's talk about the shipping times and all of that. So this took around 6 days to be delivered, which is coming from the UK, which is not bad at all. And these came out to about $172.20. To me, that's not that bad for a shoe that's being made by him. It's not just like a Nike manufacturing the shoe. And we're gonna be comparing, the quality and stuff of these to brands like Nike. So with NoTwoWays, get the dust bag, great touch there. Great touch, always love getting those for like when you're traveling. It makes it just feel like designer and high end. You get an extra set of laces here, which has some green aglets on it. Also a nice thing. This has custom paper. So if you check this out, it says NoTwoWays all around. So more details that are actually thought out. And then here is the sneaker. Check these out. So this is a different type of silhouette for him. Let's see if there's anything else in here. Oh, you get a little bag. What's in here? This is a nice, oh, is this a lace lock? That's a nice hint there. I didn't even know they did that. Check that out. It's a little lace lock. The purpose of NoTwoWays is to be a lifestyle brand. It's not meant to be for performance, or like, it's not like a basketball shoe or anything like that. Lifestyle brand. And I think that the way Calix has gone about it is great. At first, the silhouettes were very UK style, chunky shoe, white shoe as a very popular, and he's evolved it into so many different ones. Now, this one here reminds me, I don't know if you guys know the brand I talk about a lot, Represent. They have a sneaker that's actually pretty similar to this silhouette, but it's just kind of like one of those sneakers, kind of like a skate shoe. The details on here are great. You got the cracking there, which is kind of like the quality of the Lost and Found Jordan 1s. And it looks pretty similar. The quality of the shoe all around is pretty solid. Like the stitching is good. There's attention to detail. There's like normal things that you would see on a shoe that's produced like high end. Check out the details on the bottom. This is thought out. This is a lot of work and effort put into this. This has like a little tag on it, kind of like off-white. High-end leathers. If you look at the tongue here, like this is high-end leather. Colorway's good. Now I'm gonna put these on and kind of wear them a bit and kind of give my thoughts on that. So we're gonna do a shorter scale version of a comfortability test. I'm not gonna do like a full day's worth, but we're gonna give it kind of a quick walk around, get a feel of it, especially for the shoes that are our size, which I got from most of them, pretty much all of them except one, and kind of go from there. After doing a little bit of walking around here, it's a shoe, it's comfortable. It doesn't inherently have like an uncomfortable feeling, and it's not like a performance comfort shoe, but overall it feels solid build quality. The comfort on your heels feels good with the insoles in there, and the colorway is good. They look good on feet. I just think he did a really good job on these. This is one I knew I wanted to start out with because I know Calix put a lot of time and effort into this, and this shoe competes to me with some designer brands, but at a more affordable price. He's not charging $500 for them. 170 bucks or 120 pounds is a lot, but to be somebody who's not producing at a level of Nike or a designer brand, I think it's very fair. So for each shoe, I'm gonna give an overall score. It's gonna be my Harrison score that kind of cultivates everything. So for these, we're gonna talk about with the website experience. NoTwoWays is a great website, easy to check out. I think it's Shopify, it's got an easy checkout system, whatever. Most of them do use that anyway. When you get the shoe is great presentation, good box, good quality once you get in hand. After putting them on, walking in them, feeling them, they feel really high quality, especially for the price. I'm gonna give the NoTwoWays, just in general, not for the specific shoe, because I know all of them have pretty good quality because I've had a couple pairs. I'm gonna give an overall for NoTwoWays and Calyx a 9.5 out of 10. That's gonna be my overall score. Almost perfect. Maybe there's a few little things. It's hard for me to point out a couple little things, what they would be, but NoTwoWays and Calyx did an amazing job. Definitely think it's a shoe worth getting. Not a paid promo, but shout out NoTwoWays. If you guys are enjoying this video, please go ahead and leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel right down there down below. I'm gonna actually give away a pair of these NoTwoWays right here. So if you guys want these, rules are simple. 1, subscribe to the channel. Number 2, just leave a comment on this video with your Instagram so I can DM you that you won. I'll pick a winner in 2 weeks time. Free pair of NoTwoWays. These are pretty dope. I like them. They are a size 12 in men's in the US, but maybe we can talk about getting a size swap for you if you want them. Let me know in the comments, but go ahead and enter that and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. Next up, we have shoes from Danny Duncan. I didn't expect him to have shoes, but I put out a little thing and asked who has shoes, and he was on there. This is called the Danny Duncan Signature Sneaker. Now, these took 11 days to get delivered, and their final price was $100.93. That's after tax and everything, which is not bad. So let's pull these out and see. Now, it's gonna be hard to compare this experience to Calyx's and NoTwoWays. The box is all right. It's not like super crazy high end. Still a good attention to detail. DannyDuncan.com right there, pressed. You guys, little head popping up there. And then I like that I like that signature runner right there. And let's see what we got. Take these out. So these are pretty interesting. It's interesting that Danny has a shoe, in my opinion, but I get it. So Danny puts out a lot of merch. Tons of merch. He's in Zoomies, he's in all of that. This is really reminiscent of like a Nike Flyknit from back in the day, like a Flyknit runner. For Danny's viewers, I think they probably see him wearing something like this because he would definitely wear something. He doesn't care about hype or whatever. And I mean, it seems pretty solid. The materials that they list on these is 100% polyester, and this is the only shoe that he makes. Pulled the insole, got his logo on there. Pretty simple, put together shoe. This one's a size 11.5. Again, shoes like these probably aren't super expensive to produce, but he had them at 75 bucks, which I think is, you know, somewhat fair. I did not even notice that. Look at the outsole there. It says 69 all over and over and over again, and then you got Danny's head there. These are pretty cool, so I'm gonna put these on. There's not as much information to talk about with these as NoTwoWays, but this is more like one of many types of products that Danny releases, whereas NoTwoWays is like specifically a footwear brand. That's all they focus on. Actually, they don't look that bad on feet. They don't look bad on feet at all. I could actually wear them with this outfit too. Comfort-wise, initially, they're not like insanely comfortable. They're not bad. I think over time, if you wore these for a long time, your feet might start to hurt. It's a little stiff. Again, I don't think that the point of them is to be like super high quality runners. They look a little bit weirder on feet than I anticipated, but I think for the purpose of what they are and like the scale of Danny's, you know, merch, I think it's a good thing. Like, you have the hints of the Danny Duncan signature, and again, I think it's just a simple shoe that if like one of his viewers doesn't care about shoes but wants something cool to support Danny, they can buy these. These are $100 less than the NoTwoWays, so it's like two different categories for me. This is more like merchandise type shoe, whereas NoTwoWays is like actual designer type shoe. Okay, quick update to the Danny Duncan shoe. I posted on my story about them and said these shoes are crazy and tagged him. He messaged me back and said, I made them because I loved Air Maxes and they're always sold out, so I decided to make my own shoe, which I think is amazing. At the end of the day, this is just a simple, basic sneaker that anybody can wear, not worried about, you know, anything hype and resell, anything like that of like my world and the sneaker world. I think it's a really good option for the price to support a creator that you like. And overall, I think it's solid for just like an everyday shoe to put on, especially at that price point at 75 bucks. If I'm gonna give these a rating out of 10, I'm gonna say these are like a 7.9 out of 10. I would give the overall experience of these. You're still getting a box to put with them, so if somebody is a fan can display them. You're still getting a good shoe that can be worn and used every day, and you're supporting a creator. So I think these are solid, and didn't expect Danny to have sneakers on his website, but not too bad. The next shoe up is gonna be from Bucket Squad, and primarily I know Jesser is kind of one of the ones at the forefront of Bucket Squad. This is one that came out as actually a basketball shoe. Now they make content primarily around sneaker or basketball and like NBA and stuff. I've seen a bunch of Jester stuff. I'm not too familiar with the Bucket Squad. These took a little bit longer to come in. They were ordered around July 11th and they came in August 1st, about 21 days. And they came in around 156 bucks. But this one should be interesting because we can actually do some performance testing on these. Not me. So here we go. Here's the experience. We get actually some nice packing there. Something from the label, the packing slip. Here is the box. Got a B, got Bucket Squad there on the sides. Here is the size there, which is a size 14. And this is a Bucket Squad 1. Come with some paper here, and here they are. So I guess this is meant to be, this doesn't look primarily like a more basketball shoe. Maybe it's not, this doesn't really look like a basketball shoe at all. It looks like an Airman. Yeah, it's like an Airman. Because what I wanted to do is have somebody who's a basketball player actually test these out. But I'm not sure if these are actually meant for basketball. I'd assume that they would be, but let's check out some of the details. You got kind of like this mesh upper here. You have a little bit of like a faux leather here, Bucket Squad. That is definitely like an Air Max 1 midsole there for sure. On the bottom it says, all right, here we go, Soul Savvy. Yeah, it's just backwards on this one. Soul Savvy is what it says. The materials here are pretty decent. You got more mesh there. It's kind of like a towel material, like a terry here on this side. But yeah, these look like kind of like Air Maxes, and they honestly look like I could probably put these on. I know it's gonna look goofy, but let's put these on. They're actually pretty comfortable, honestly. They're narrower up here, so they actually fit me. My toes, these don't even fit like a 14, I feel like. But check that out. They look probably crazy. These are pretty comfortable. Around that terry material around the ankle feels really solid. The materials and everything feel pretty good. Nothing stands out as like super high quality, but we set the bar really high before. I think it's pretty cool for like YouTuber, merch product, not necessarily as like a performance basketball product, which now that I see them, I don't think it is, but they got like a little dog there on the insole. Pretty standard insoles. They're pretty comfortable, but I just had a different thought of these when getting them. Let me look up. So when they originally released these, this is the details that they came out with. It said inspired by Jester. It says basketball inspired leather, athletic mesh, memory foam, ankle support, embroidered logo, and special appearances by Humphrey. I guess that's their pup. In the photos, they're on a basketball court and they're tied up. I think that they can be used for basketball. There's not a ton of photos of them like wearing them on the court, so it's kind of hard to see if that's the full intentions of them. Yeah, like they show content of them like wearing them, but it's not like on the basketball court. When you go to the court, they're wearing different shoes, so it's hard for me to know if that's what they're meant for. So the sneaker was actually created in collaboration with Soul Savvy, and also with making the shoe, Jester actually worked with two people who've previously worked with Nike and Jordan brand to create the shoe, which is actually pretty cool and probably why we see some similar notes in the silhouette. Next up's gonna be MKBHD and Adams. Now, MKBHD is a tech YouTuber, credible content, highest quality content on YouTube. And these came out a while ago, and I've actually had these for a while. I got these back in April. I actually purchased this pair. When I first initially purchased these, I got them in 3 days, super quick shipping, and they were $189 or $210 roughly after shipping and fees, which is a little more expensive. But the difference on the take on this sneaker is that this is a collaboration with a well-established sneaker brand, Adams. And so Adams already has the technology, Adams already knows how to produce the product, and they brought in MKBHD to bring in his design aspect and his storytelling to put together with a shoe. Now, MKBHD is into sneakers. He's done sneaker shopping a couple times. He has really good taste in shoes. And so that's where I think this is a really cool thing for him to be about, and especially the story behind it, even though it's a more simple shoe. So let's go with, which one should we show? The newest colorway or the original colorway? So this is a piece of paper that comes with it. We'll talk about that when we pull it out. Here's what everything comes with. This is exactly what you get. Adams x MKBHD, clear branding that it's kind of, a collaboration. Here's the front. The 37 on there, I believe is, I'm not sure what the 37 is. Oh, it's a size 37 in Adam. I'm not sure on that because I know this is a size 11, but we'll pull these out. Everything else in the box is pretty simple. Open it up, red and black. And here is the shoe. This is gonna be very representative of MKBHD's colors because he's all about the black and red and the white. Now this reminds me a lot of a Jordan 1 High initially. Very similar of the silhouette. Simple, but you can see the hits here. We got 251 there on the heel. You got Adams there on the midsole. On the tongue here, you got Adams MKBHD or the M251. That's his, got the size on there. It says NYC on the inside. Got the nice pull tab, and then on the bottom, that is what the outsole looks like. Now, let's look at the fact sheet. We won't go through all of it. I'll kind of put it up, but here's some of the details. The colorway embodies Marquez's staple matte black color. That's his thing, so it's a good one to go with. water repellent ripstop mesh, and synthetic nubuck leather to ensure weather protection on there. So the 251 is representative of his very first tech video, which was 2 minutes and 51 seconds long, which came out 14 years ago, which is pretty cool. And then that's why they have the 251. Now they did come out with 2 different shoes. This is going to be the second colorway, which is going to be a matte black. Check those out. Same similar thing going on with the silhouette, pretty much same silhouette, a little bit different materials here. But when he came out with these, this is obviously just another iteration of these, but this has some reflective materials. Now, he has done sneaker shopping and he's bought a lot of shoes. A lot of Jordan 1s is what he wears, and I think that's what kind of came out in the shoe. But let's go ahead and put these on and talk about comfortability and everything like that. Wow, this is actually my first time putting these on feet. I never actually did. These laces are kind of like an elastic lace. I haven't really had this exact feeling of like a shoe being put on, of like, it's like soft and squishy a bit, which I think is probably the Adams technology. The laces being elastic is interesting. It's kind of, I've never had any shoe recently that has that, but maybe that makes it easier to put on and off, but let's see how they feel. Those don't look bad. So overall comfort is really good, actually. They're pretty plush, comfortable. I think they look pretty good. It's a really simple shoe, and I think it's really representative of Marquez in his style. They're high tops, they're slim, they're not too crazy, not a lot of branding on them, and it's his own signature shoe. I think it's pretty cool. When it comes to rating MKBHD shoes, I feel like they need to be put in kind of like a separate category because they are in collaboration with an established brand. The quality of the shoes is good, the experience of buying is good, but that's because that brand has that all established. Now, is that a bad thing? No, I think it's super smart because you're not taking on a lot of liability and manufacturing and getting all this stuff done. It's a company that's established and done it before. I think overall, these shoes probably get about an 8.7 for me. I think that they're super high quality. I think the price point's a little bit high, but when you're working with a brand that makes high quality shoes, it's kind of their pricing system's probably established a lot already, and so you're gonna get that. I think if you're in my space and like Jordans and things of that nature, this isn't exactly your shoe. I think it's meant more for people who might be in the tech space and who don't really care as much about that, and maybe they do, and this is just a cool shoe for them to support a YouTuber. But again, 8.7, I think it's a solid shoe. I think overall experience is good. Maybe the most of the hits would be on the price point, being at like 100 and what was it, 80? 189 before taxes and stuff. A little bit more expensive. You're in the territory of Nike and Jordan and that stuff. And I think that it's hard to compare these like a Nike and a Jordan because it's like a different type of shoe. When you feel the materials, it's like lighter, they're super light, they are comfortable. It's just not the same type of thing. But overall, MKBHD, I think crushed it, Adams crushed it, and it's a simple shoe, represents Marquez really well and exactly what he stands for, matte black, simple, clean, and a high top shoe. Last up is gonna be Cloak by Markiplier. Markiplier is one of the biggest content creators on YouTube. This is another one where it's like merchandise, more, it's not like a full brand just on shoes. It is all kinds of merchandise. They have shirts, shoes, hoodies, beanies, whatever. They have all of that. And this is more of a slipper than like a shoe or a sneaker. Let's pull these out and show you guys. Now, these actually sold out in a couple colorways. Here we have the bag here, pretty cool. The price on this was $56 before taxes and stuff, $66.79 after taxes, shipping, and all of that. And it took about 9 days to get here, so not too bad. Let's go ahead and take these out. This is a specific colorway that came out, which these are actually kind of cool. There are, what is that brand? Why can't I think of it right now? It's these are kind of similar to like North Face type materials here. It's kind of like a puffer. These are a size 11.5. I think these are actually pretty cool for a YouTuber to come out with because everyone's doing shoes or whatever, and merch and slides are a little bit different and to have like higher quality. Now let's kind of go to their landing page and kind of see what the, you know, explanation of all of this is and what the meaning behind it is. So these are called their slips. That's what they call them. Dude, these are selling out. A lot of them are selling out. Ultra comfortable cushioned footbed wrapped in vegan leather, soft supple inside liner for ultimate cozy. Yeah, there's not a ton of information. They did a Five Nights at Freddy's collaboration. These aren't even available on the website anymore because they sold out, which is crazy. Let's go ahead and put these on. So these to me are meant to just be like house slippers and something that you wear around. I mean, you could wear them out if you wanted to, but there's not a ton of support and grip on them, but they feel a little bit, these are an 11.5 and they feel a little bit small for that. They're pretty comfortable. I do worry about like if you do anything more than just wear them around the house, but I think that's just the point of them. 55 bucks, it's a little expensive for slippers maybe, but they are pretty comfortable. Like this heel has really good padding. The upper as an 11 men's doesn't feel like it's super strong in holding, but again, if you're just wearing them as a house slipper, I feel like you don't need to worry about that. You're not going on a run for them. It's like a shoe that you throw on to go to the mailbox, or a shoe you throw on to go take the trash out or something, or just get up and walk around your house if you don't like having your bare feet. So I don't know, I think they're pretty solid, look pretty good, and it's just something different from all the other stuff people are putting out. So for cloaks, rating out of 10 in Markiplier's brand, I'm gonna give these, I would say these like an 8.9 out of 10. I think these are really solid. It's a unique concept. They're coming out with different colorways and evolving it as time goes on, and they're actually comfortable, and the purpose of them is going to be as a slipper. Now, some slides, like you can get Nike slides for like 20 bucks, sure, but this is being made by somebody, a YouTuber with a brand and manufacturing, and so they're putting a little bit higher quality and thought into them than just like a manufacturer like Nike. But I think these are solid. I think it's a good item, especially when to support Markiplier. I think it's pretty cool, and I think a lot of people that watch these videos are gamers, and so a lot of them might want house slippers and not care about shoes to go wear out. If they're chilling at home gaming, you want something comfortable on your feet. So I think it's pretty solid. Here are all the shoes from all the YouTubers. We have a lot of variation here. They're all pretty different. If there's any YouTuber that I missed, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to do another version of this with more people, or different silhouettes, maybe NoTwoWays on another pair of their shoes, or if Duncan comes with another one. Let me know in the comments down below who I missed, but these are some of the top YouTubers. We probably have like 100 million in subscribers on this table right here, which is pretty crazy. And if any of you guys have bought any of these shoes, let me know in the comments. I guarantee some of you guys have bought the NoTwoWays, but let me know in the comments down below about that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like on this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Harrison, signing out.